Hi, I'm Barry John, and welcome back to Let's Play Overload, and I have two co-pilots. I'll let them introduce themselves.
I am A172, still with that sunburn.
I'm Laylite. I'm, nice and clean.
We have arrived at
Titan, the largest moon of Saturn, and I believe it's the largest moon in the solar system.
Gabriel Cantor
And we're getting a little bit of history about what's going on here, because, as I mentioned in the last video, we're now in Act 2 of the game. Titan consists of 6 of the 16 levels in the game. There's 5 levels in the opening act, 5 levels in the closing act.
The base is on Titan. Tethys.
Yeah, Titan's a pretty decently large moon. There's room for there to be multiple settlements there.
Yeah, I mean, actually, come to think of it, I need to double check my Descent 1 LP and see how many levels were set on Titan. Actually, I'm going to do that now then. lparchive.com.
Unusual operator energy signatures. Be careful.
Quick fact check on the moon. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, which is the largest around Jupiter.
Okay, these
Alright,
fuckers.
new enemies.
Those fuckers.
The Harpies?
Yeah. Okay, so I've got super upgrade points out the yin yang. I've got 9 points. I can
Energy
afford...
efficiency.
Yeah. So I'm going to spend them.
Yeah, around Act 2 is probably when enemy scaling, such as it exists. I don't know if it exists in a numerical sense, but certainly the enemy firepower is going to be going up.
These are mutually exclusive power-ups here.
Oh no.
So the Cyclone, I had the option of either going for the X4, which will widen the 3 shots that I fire, but add a straight down the middle shot.
Ooh, nice. So it fires 4.
Yep,
that's some good coverage there.
Or I could go for the F upgrade, which is the focus upgrade, which narrows the firing cone and increases your firing rate.
Ooh, neat.
So that's what I did with that. I also went for the... Which hunter did I go upgrade? Which one did I do? Past me, make your decision.
I don't know. It seems like 3 hunter missiles would kind of be... It'd be overkill for the enemies we've seen so far, but I could see how it could be useful for killing 2 enemies at once. Given the whole retargeting thing you were talking about in earlier episodes.
Yeah. So, those fucker enemies I was talking about earlier, pardon my French, they appear in swarms, and they fire the bouncing shots.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did they also have a buzzsaw in their hands? Is that what I saw?
No, that was a different enemy.
One.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
just
gotcha.
Upgraded melee enemy, I guess.
Yeah, that's...
Slower, but even more dangerous.
I was going to say, that sounds like... Ooh, we're just going to make this really hard from every angle. So
I don't know about you, but most Harpies, well, not that I've seen in the stories, that is, don't have giant buzzsaws on them.
Well, actually, we're going to meet both of these enemies pretty much in the first room. Once the level loads.
Right.
So you can see how I've got now little 3 dots for the for my hunter equipped. And how the Cyclone has a much narrower field of fire.
Yeah, I think that seems the correct
those guys
choice.
Move faster horizontally than I'd give them credit for with those giant arms.
Oh no, they move faster, period.
Oh. I mean, at least they're larger targets, but not really that much larger, I guess. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, 3 of them. And, okay, yeah, you are not ever going to be able to backtrack when those guys are on the scene. If you ever dare to turn around and go back the way you came, you will get hit.
Yeah. So, before we've seen the outside stars, but Titan, whenever you look outside, you actually see the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Moon large enough to have an atmosphere.
Thankfully, at least the little Harpies, the green shots seem slow enough that as long as you keep flying in a straight line, you're not going to get hit. But they will definitely constrain your options when dealing with any other enemy.
Mm-hmm. So, for the record, with the logs in this level, because it's the opening of a new act, they're actually going to be stepping back a little bit in terms of plot development. Not to say they're killing it entirely, but the plot for this level doesn't really immediately build up from what came previous. Ow.
So you're going to be talking about day-to-day operations, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean, there is going to be a little bit of plot advancement that's going to be coming near the end, and I'll point out when it happens. So I just finally got back to figuring it out. There was only one level set on Titan in the original Descent. There was one level 15 called Titan Mine, then Hyperion, Tethys, Miranda, and Oberon. I think it was at Neptune at that point.
Yep.
No, wait, Neptune, Storage Depot, Triton, Nereid, Pluto. Okay, yeah, I must have been... Okay, fair enough. But yeah, there was a level set on Titan in the original Descent.
Alright, this particular room right here, that bottom of that elevator shaft or whatever it is, giving you a nice, clean view of why taking cover just behind a wall is not going to work anymore on those guys.
Yeah.
You're going to have to give them some space if you're going to take that kind of cover. Thankfully, they don't have the tracking upgrades.
No. But at this point, actually, I'm really, really glad I took the defense upgrade to 35% damage reduction, because that is going to save my bacon so many times.
Yeah, damage reduction is pretty hard to balance in general, but it seems like that 35% sounds about right for really speccing heavily into it.
Yeah.
Because missing out on 35% damage reduction at least means that you're spending a lot of upgrades on other offensive abilities that will help you kill enemies faster or more effectively.
Yeah.
Now, I meant it when I said those guys could be pretty fast. And, laying down the creepers in front of them, just have them charge into them, that was one of the best ways of dealing with them.
Those are some nice long lasers that they're firing at you. Gives you the impression that they're faster, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I like how ammo doesn't have a name. It's just ammo.
Yeah. They didn't even
We
call
don't
it
need to come up with
ammunition. It's just ammo.
Yeah. We don't need to come up with something fancy like flak ballistics or something like that. It's just you only got one kind of ammo. Doesn't matter. It's just ammo. And the rest is energy / missiles, right? Like those are all got different names already.
So I was wrong at some point. These are actually photos also of Kickstarter backers for the game that are being hostages being rescued.
Today we are studying.
I feel like there's a joke to be made there, and I can't quite find it.
We'll begin as soon as Walcott reconfigures the arrays.
So here's the thing, KIC what? That is a star designation. The Titan Observatory is studying extrasolar objects.
Gabriel Cantor to the astronomer.
That seems like the sort of thing you actually would want to do from outer space without an atmosphere in the way, right? Like that's the whole reason we have the Hubble Space Telescope.
That's kind of what I was thinking. It's like, oh yeah, do that, far away. It's like, well, wait a minute, we got an atmosphere here. They're like, what are we really gaining by moving halfway through the solar system?
Frontier has a role to play.
I mean, even though you are taking observations from a different position, still, you would want to take it from outer space, or a space station orbiting Titan or something, rather than on Titan.
And different position, it's really far, but on the universal scale, it's not far at all, right? It's still the solar system. It's
we can see a slightly different angle on Alpha Centauri. That's about it.
Right.
I think what it is actually the observatory isn't really the observatory itself, but it's the central data collection facility for the all the observatory satellite. There's the Devastator in action. But it's it's the central observatory words I want to say. It's where all the data
It's
goes.
where they're collecting the data from the telescopes.
Yeah.
It's the data center.
And the telescopes are, in orbit around various moons or in orbit around Saturn itself.
Okay,
that makes more sense. I do suppose you're going to get less light pollution. assuming that
That's
Earth
true.
really
You're further
still...
away from the sun.
Yeah, further away from the sun, further away from
all the EM radiation put out by Earth.
Yeah. Cities and stuff like that.
Anniversary
Infrastructure. That's the word I was looking for.
was on board the shuttle.
Just human infrastructure.
5 others.
And this is another mention of that shuttle accident that we first heard about a few levels ago. Only this time it's more of a, I knew the person that on the shuttle who died, not a case of, oh yeah, and the shuttle blew up, taking one of the head programmers with it.
That's right. They weren't just casualties. They were people. Yeah, so, this may be a coincidence, but then again, it may not. It's probably very much on purpose, actually, that you can fire 3 Hunter missiles at a time, and they've just introduced a new enemy that usually comes 3 at a time.
Well, the upgrade was always available once you had enough super upgrade points, but it's convenient.
And I'm assuming that it's usually a 1-to-1 correspondence, like 1 Hunter missile is enough to blow up 1 Harpy.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about the Harpies, is that, yeah, they do take they don't take a lot of damage, but they do dish it out.
So they're glass cannons.
Yeah. But they also, as I mentioned, show up as a horde of enemies.
At least they don't seem quite as maneuverable as the red or green Hornets from Descent 2. Like, they're mostly just there to harass you and be a small target that's hard for you to aim at, rather than actively evading your fire too much. Like, you can see that they're drifting a little bit there, but they aren't, like, zooming from one end of the room to the other.
Yeah. I mean, if you know they're coming, peeking a Devastator around the corner to just deal with them all at once is a viable strategy.
Oh, I see. So that guy had the boosters on him, and he was kind of rushing you in the same way that the fish was doing.
Mm-hmm. Except instead of exploding, he just tries to hit you with his giant saw blades of saw.
Alright, that gives him at least a slightly different dynamic to the Diamond Claw replacements that don't really have the afterburner on them, but just kind of float towards you.
Yeah, it's easy to dodge these guys and, get around them. But the Diamond Claw, they do fight differently. That's the important part.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Like, they behave, differently enough that they play a different role. They aren't an encroaching threat. They're an active threat that you have to dodge, and, they're trying to get into your personal space, so they force you to evacuate and go somewhere else. Or blow them up, of course.
Mm-hmm. And of course, sometimes the best way to deal with those guys is to basically draw them into a door and fire through the door at them.
Classic descent maneuver.
Hey, going through doors is a computationally hard problem. I'm not surprised that even the future robots are having problems with it. This is why when there's a fire or something, we advise people to just calmly walk out of the building. It's because when you're running around at top speed, it's hard to go through a tiny doorway.
Mm-hmm. It's hydraulic pressure in that way.
Yeah, exactly. People are just fluids. I mean, we're made of over 90% water, right? So it makes sense that fluid dynamics apply to human movement.
I don't think I need to fact check that 90% for people to know that's not quite right. But point made.
Did you know that over 90% of statistics are over 90%?
No comment.
That's cool. 75% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
So, now we're getting these super goblins in regular levels instead of inside the lockdown secret levels.
So just ticking up the difficulty a little bit as you progress through the game.
Yeah.
Matching your increased defense and offensive points.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, to some extent, it's kind of a game of matching your better numbers with their slightly increased numbers, but the increased fire rate and generally, like, taking up a little bit more space in the room with the projectiles is certainly a qualitative difference instead of just a quantitative one.
So, guess how we get to this target here, behind this invincible force field?
Do we radio someone and ask them to open it up for us?
Nope. Whoever said bounce it, shots through the...
Yeah.
Basically, it's find the right spot, and it'll go for the enemy It'll hit the enemy reactor in there. Or not the reactor, the power supply. And once that guy goes down, then the reactor, or then the force field goes down.
I appreciate that they made the grate holes nice and large. One of the annoying things in the original Descent was fitting your shots through those tiny little diamond holes.
Oh man, yes.
That makes it a lot more
ones.
obvious that you're actually supposed to shoot through that.
Yeah, the X grates weren't so bad, but then when they had like the mesh grates, it was work to get a guide missile through those.
Their mining issue with military grade enhancements.
So, I have the Nova missile now.
Impressive every day.
That sounds dangerous.
I have
Is that the Mega Missile equivalent?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, no, sorry, I was wrong.
Oh, okay.
That's the smart missile.
Ah, okay, that's right. You did mention that last
That's
level.
weirder, but okay.
Yeah, the Nova is the smart missile equivalent in this game. We haven't reached the
should have
Mega
guessed
missile
that,
yet.
Okay. Yeah, I should have guessed that based on your hint from last level and the fact that we
I
haven't
mean, I
gotten
guess
it yet.
what they're trying to symbolize there is like solar flares or those coronal mass ejections, maybe, but that still kind of feels like a stretch. Compared to just, it's a smart missile, so that means the projectiles are smart.
Although, to be fair, like, the difference in a smart missile between this game and Descent 1, you know, the game's come a long way. Smart is vague. Smart is a lot different now.
Yeah, I mean, now
Yeah.
that we have, like, literally homing energy, we're a little bit farther along in the sci-fi scale, in terms of softness, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
We have lasers that can turn around in midair.
Alright, so I have a problem. These auto-op generators are invincible. I need to find the switch or the reactor to turn them off. Sorry, that was me,
Why'd they put the power switch in the broom closet?
Is those ones right above it?
This was my first thought was, wait a second. What happens if I try to hit all of these at the same time with the Cyclone? Turns out, no, that's not the way. I mean, to be fair, that would be an interesting puzzle solution. But
It's better suited for Legend of Zelda.
Those, I guess they might be like indicator
Descent.
lights. Are there 3 switches that you have to find in these wings?
no.
I just thought maybe you needed to blow them up.
Yeah, that was my
the power
thought too,
source
but
for
it's just a case of I gotta find the right switch. Except it turns out that the door to open those up, like the switch to turn off the auto-ops... Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Ah, it was a switch protected by giant enemies. I should have figured.
Not quite, but that was the smart missile taking out 2 super goblins at once.
Oh, gotcha. It looked like a flakford to me. I must have looked at it wrong.
Also,
Except it's not a flag, it's called something else.
God damn it, that chewed through my shields like nothing else.
Well, I
Is there a
can
shield
hardly
that-
blame you. I mean, there were 4 of them firing at you at once there.
In a tight room crossfire. But, to
Is
answer...
there a energy to shield converter?
No.
Ah, okay. Because that'd have been really nice right there with the energy room there.
Well, no, because...
Well, I guess it only gets you up to 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looks like
They're just looking at you menacingly. Oh, never mind. There they go.
Of course, this is me just being paranoid because, I've only got 39 armor left.
Yeah, what else could be around the corner that we can't see? Oh,
A Super
jeez.
Hulk? I guess they're called goblins now, is that right?
Yeah, there's
Super
super
Goblin.
goblins. But we can call them
Alright,
super
nobody
Hulks.
else hiding like just to the left or the right of the entryway. I'm surprised.
No, I drew them all in already.
Yeah, see, I think the little plasma guys were in those positions.
Mm-hmm. Because that way they'd catch you in the crossfire.
Again, classic Descent stuff.
Oh,
hate
right.
it, but it makes it fun.
That way is the sky? No, wait, the sky was the other way, right?
Yeah, that's the lava down there.
Oh, right. Right, of course. You want to have a floor hatch just so that you can keep an eye on that lava, you know?
And the
Sky was
security
yellow. Conveniently yellow.
Maybe that's the trash chute.
Just send Han Solo in there. He'll fetch it out for you.
But basically,
Now, we're going to have to go to the store, and we're going to have to get the fishing hook upgrade for the ship.
Really will look like that steampunk conglomeration of just all the things. Why do you have a grappling arm attached to your ship? Well, there was this one time I actually used it.
So apparently the people in charge of the observatory are like, wait a minute, there's something wrong going on here. Like, we're just doing deep space observations.
Yeah, why is this signal processing station need robots with buzzsaws on them?
Gotta install those server racks somehow.
Yeah, but why do they have two of them?
And I have no idea
Install
how to
twice
open
as
that
many.
door.
I mean, there is no guide missile in this game, right?
No.
Okay.
That's got to be a really heavy-duty grate to stand up to, either... I can't tell if this is lava or magma because we're pretty close to the surface, so...
It's melted
Anyway.
rock, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's going through it, so... You know, the fact that that's not melted means that's some really high-quality metal there.
Yeah.
More impressive to me was it also went through the level geometry and popped out the other side.
It sort of reminds me about that one enemy discussion in No One Lives Forever 2, where the two enemy mooks are talking about how they work for a company that provides fake lava for supervillain locations. And they're like, oh yeah, no, real lava doesn't look like this. It would boil you alive at this range. No, we get paid to provide this nice looking but utterly fake lava that's, really intimidating.
Intimidating, but also is like somewhat practical.
Yeah. So
You still don't want to fall in, but you can actually be near it
yeah.
without worrying about toxic fumes and heat.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why they have the lava running around underneath the bottom of the facility. They're using it for geothermal power or something.
Yeah. So the opening, that one switch. Blah blah blah. Back up. The little mini reactor there that controlled the shields over the auto-op fabricators, that opens up after you've collected the security key.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So those ceiling lights were a red herring after all. They just happen to look like red circles.
Yes. And this is me just trying to angle.
Well, as far as missteps go, that's not too bad. But, hey, maybe if we're lucky, they'll patch the game. It could happen.
True. Yes, my Let's Plays have caused people to, patch their games or update their programming or whatever. Like, yeah, no, I'm not that popular.
Is this game even still getting any active development anymore? 'Cause it was released in 2015, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
a few years ago.
There hasn't been much from the developers recently, but yeah, no, they released the level packs and whatnot, but this game is, I believe it's ceased its
Considered
development
done.
cycle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they did everything that they wanted to do with this game, probably.
I mean, it looks like it to me. It's pretty well polished.
Yeah,
So,
which just means that, they're working on the inevitable sequel. Please be working on
That'd be fantastic.
Overload 2.
I mean, there comes a point that you always have to just stop and say, okay, the program is good enough. I'm just setting it down. We're not touching it anymore.
Now,
Did they release a level editor?
Yes, they did.
Nice.
I've got the level editor, I've got the soundtrack, I've got everything. So I think I will show off some of the community-created levels.
Oh,
Gotcha.
neat.
Although, to be fair, by that point, as I've mentioned, I will have done over 100 levels of this game. I don't know how much longer I can survive.
Well, as long as you get plenty of shield power-ups, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Fair enough. I can't really contrast that.
At some point, you gotta have food, though, right?
Food? What's food?
It's the little
He
electrons
means
that
nutrient
appears.
paste.
So here I am trying to find the switch that I've already went past twice. All my guide through is telling me it's in the ceiling of this room here. I'm like, where is it? Where is it?
Is it behind a secret door?
No. Basically, I have
There's
to
a
hit the switch.
startlingly lack of
There.
red objects in here.
Nope.
I say, I
but
keep
it's
seeing that one
this
sign.
guy right here.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, yeah, the thing that looks like a ceiling light. But it is a red circle. We just didn't
Does
lay
look
eyes
like all
on
the other
it.
switches. Yeah.
Sorry, just another quick cut here because I keep... I'm bad at
Oh.
this game, guys. Honestly, like...
You're fine. I would have died like 3 times by now.
to be-
Barry John did too. He just didn't record it. Hey, if it happens off camera, it didn't happen though.
Very true. And that's what the quick save complete is for. Oh, so anybody playing this game at home, whenever you see one of those signs on the wall that you can blow up, shoot them. Destroy them. If you destroy all those exploding signs across the entirety of the game, you get an achievement.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds annoying. That's like the kind of achievement where you will not get it at the end of the game, and you'll wonder, where is that one you missed?
Last time I checked, it was the rarest achievement in this game, and less than 0.3% of all players had gotten it.
Why would they put one of those in the janitor's closet?
Oh god, oh god!
Oh, that sounds like a
You went
not
to the
where you want to
wrong
be.
neighborhood, friend.
That is, if I had Devastators, that is, fire Devastators.
Yeah.
But right now I'm actually, because these guys are so weak individually, I can get away with using the semi-tracking missile pod fire.
Yeah, I think blowing up those harpies early on really gave you a lot more breathing room to deal with the rest of them.
The emergency alarms just went off. The safety director has ordered the entire facility locked down. Could this be the attack Cantor warned us about?
It's also nice to see that, Cantor, for all of his blatant evilness, actually went out of his way to warn people that something bad might be happening and they needed to have their emergency procedures in place.
I just figured it was the supervillain telling his plan, monologuing thing.
I mean, I get the impression that he's one of those villains that feels like he's doing things for the greater good. Like, I don't think he's, as far as I can tell, he's not in this for the money, or for the prestige, or for the power. He just needs the control, I guess.
Please note, that guy literally waited until I was staring him in the face before he charged.
That was awful polite of him, all told.
But it's because you only saw the eyes of it in the darkness there, and you looked at it, and then he jumps out at you. Like, that's actually a
He
decent
gives you
jump.
that moment of recognition, like, wait a minute, what am I looking at? Oh, and then he charges you.
They're attacking people. He says we must go to the cryostasis bay.
Here's my question, though. Like, if the auto-ops are attacking people, what is it about the cryostasis bay that prevents the auto-ops from targeting you? Are they just hard-coded to not enter the cryo bays, or what? Or is it because the auto-ops look and say, oh, no, this guy, there's no heartbeat, it's obviously a dead person, I don't need to kill them?
Yeah, that's
Why-
pretty reasonable. Like, maybe it just looks more like furniture to them.
Why are they attacking? Is it because they are afraid of the people interfering, or is it because they're just going all Terminator and trying to kill all people?
Well, according to the explanation from last level, there was a bad update patch with the military Goliath that was causing the auto-op IFF to go completely bonkers.
Oh, that must be it. They're targeting their building badges, their key fobs.
Fair enough.
Just take all your key fobs, throw them in the broom closet.
So, this
Go
room...
about your work.
This room is a pain in the keister because I completely miss what I need to do. Step 1. The reactor is covered by a shield. The auto-op fabricators are covered by a shield. I need to destroy the reactor covering the auto-op, or the reactor shields.
So yeah, there's a shield generator somewhere around here, but where is it?
It's in the room there, and it's down and to the left. But first I need to pick up this guy. But I completely... This one and the one on the other side, but I'm just... Do not pass go.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That you've seen several shield generators by this point in the game. You know what they look like. Now, like, they can feel free to hide them at least a little bit out of the way and make you go look for them. And they do kind of blend in a little bit because they're gray on gray, but they do still have that distinctive profile. Once you see them, you know what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a little bit of motion to them, too.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but kind of like the Descent 3 pipes that you had to blow up, right? Like, they have some resemblance there of, here's the thing that you're looking for. It moves, blow it up.
There's a standard language involved.
Yeah.
But the
was that symmetry at work there? Yeah,
Yes.
I think that was on the other side of the central hallway there. Okay, reasonable.
And this is me just checking to make sure that, no, I can't destroy the auto-op fabricator. So,
that's just permanently shielded, I guess.
yeah. So the reactor doesn't shoot at me. However, there are guns mounted to the sides of the reactor casing that shoot at me.
And those are invulnerable till you blow up the reactor?
Yes. Because you'll notice they don't have any hit flashes when I hit them.
Reasonable. So, it's just a way for the level designer to customize how much of a threat the reactor itself is.
Yep. And that is that. Time to leave. I am out of here. I've got 21 energy. I don't want to stick around any longer.
You have a hard time going forward there?
No, I was looking for picking up the missiles behind me, but I was full on them.
Okay.
So, that was it. Welcome to Titan. We got places to go and mines to blow up. See y'all next time.
Alright.
Once,
of course, I get through this and show off.
2 hours. Right. We're going overland.
Yeah. And stop.